Hi, this is Dan Shiggles. I just wanted to say thank you for joining me for another episode of Breaking Down the Scene. This is going to be episode 2. We're going to be breaking down Peter and Julie's feature today. The reason why I chose this one was because this one had a huge emphasis on audio. Really just kind of wanted to keep a straightforward story on it. So I thought it was a nice variation from John Amavish's The Last Episode, which was really heavy-handed in symbolism. Peter and Julie are very wear their heart on the sleeves individuals. They're a great couple, very emotional. So I really wanted to bring that personality out in the video. I went ahead and started the video out with a shot of Peter and Julie, merely so you can just kind of put a face to a name. But I also had underneath a voiceover from her father, from Julie's father, starting out with the beginning of a speech saying how he might cry, and really so you can kind of get an idea of just how, you kind of get a sense of who the family is, and that this is going to be a very heartfelt and emotional piece. Then we kind of jump into the beginning of the day with Julie getting her hair done and her makeup done, along with her bridesmaids. Underneath, I have a really nice story from Julie's father talking about how she was really scared of growing up and how she'd cry at every single birthday party and he'd have to help her get her through it. I thought it was a really great way to give a lot of backstory on Julie, who she was as an individual. I mean, that was really the big idea when it came to this particular piece. Was I really broke it up into two different sections. There's the first 3 minutes were broken up for backstory, and the last 3 minutes were broken up really so you can kind of get just into the feeling of the day, and you can start to really kind of put you there. One of the big things I tried to emphasize was the type of music that we used as well. We really wanted to go with something really instrumental that would really help us utilize a lot of the voiceovers that we decided to use. So really the idea is to use really great instrumental, to utilize voiceover for the first half, which is really going to be heavy-handed in backstory, so that way you have an opportunity to invest in the people we're telling you about, which is Peter and Julie. Really wanted to give you a sense of who they are as individuals and what their personalities are. And then we kind of jumped into a little segment I used that's got cards and a gift that was from Peter to the bride, Julie. In this particular segment, the reason I really wanted to show it was because Peter had actually written all the cards for all of these girls. So it was really kind of a testament to who he is as an individual. And one of the ways that I did that is I used a lot of the audio from the room, and we had a couple of the girls read the cards, so that way you can kind of hear what he wrote down and what he had to say about all the girls, but also so you can hear that each one is tailored to the individual. And then we also had her mother and father reading the card, which I thought was a really great way to transition from the girls getting ready to Peter getting ready, having the audio continue on, having a shot of the parents reading the card and have the audio carry over to Peter getting ready I thought was a really great way to transition, just because these are the words he wrote for the parents, so it was a nice correlation to come full circle and get into the next section. Then I just kind of showed a few shots of the guys getting ready, kind of what the feeling was going on over there, but sticking with the whole backstory and getting to know who these individuals were, I decided to use a voiceover of the father telling about the first time he met Peter and what he looked like and what he thought and first impressions. And I thought it was a really, like I said, I mean, since the whole first half has really been about getting to know who these people are through backstory and through seeing them interact with their people, I thought it was a great way for everybody to get the chance to invest in who these people are. And then I wrapped up the backstory segment with Julie's father saying, to know Peter is to love him and to know his family is to love him. And that summed it up perfectly. And then dipped to color. And then once again with the audio, I brought it back up with another song. That kind of transitioned from the backstory section that I had going into the getting ready for the day. Now that we kind of understand who Peter and Julie are, really wanted you to just hop right in and get right down to it. This is what's going on. Still used a little bit of the audio from the camera, just, the sights and sounds of the day, that kind of feeling. And then we moved into a shot of Julie reading the card that Peter had wrote her. Now, she does end up reading it, but I thought it would be way better to utilize something else that her father said in his speech, which was all you want is for somebody to love and protect her, and I know Peter will do that, which really wrapped up that the family loves Peter. He's a great addition to the family. Really gives you an insight into the testament of his character. And, this is somebody that the parents have loved, have fallen in love with, and great guy. Then it transitioned over into the guys getting ready, finishing up getting ready. Peter gets his gift from Julie, the PB&J Better Together. I mean, really just wanted the whole getting ready and the music to kind of swell in and just take over and let you just get into the day with these people. Now that we've kind of invested ourselves into the first 3 minutes of the video and we understand who Peter is and who Julie is as individuals, I think it makes it easier to watch them getting ready, because now we know who these people are. We have a better understanding of who they are. It makes watching them a lot more enjoyable, because we have a better understanding of who they are as individuals, even their family, with the way that their father was, with what some of the things that her father had to say. And it was just I thought it was a really great opportunity to really capitalize on the great voiceover, the work that we had. The last final shots of the sequence are just of Julie getting ready and final touches, and I killed the audio because we were getting ready to transition over into the ceremony section, which is going to pick up with another voiceover. But I let the last words of the last lyrics of the song play out, transitions over into a really nice shot, Diptycolor white, over into a really nice shot of the outside of the church. And it eventually picks up with a voiceover coming from one of her really good friends. I think it was her maid of honor. Like I said, it's really heavy-handed in the audio, but it's another great storytelling technique, direct and indirect character development. So hopefully it's something that maybe you can utilize for yourself. It's a great way to change things up from the normal pace. I'm sure it's something a lot of you already do, but hopefully you can kind of see some of the ways that we did it and some of the ways that we utilized the audio for this piece, and hopefully it'll help you out in the future. Feel free to go to the link underneath this video, which will take you to the actual video of Peter and Julie's full feature. It's got about a runtime of 18 minutes, but hopefully you'll check it out and leave us some comments. If there's anything you would like to see in a breaking down the scene, or anything you'd like us to explain or like us to do, more than happy to show it. Anything we can do to help anybody out. So thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you on here in the next breaking down the scene comes on. Thanks.